This is demonstration number 12 from the aviation textbook, Advanced Airmanship, Book 1, Precision Flying. This is the fourth demonstration of precision transitions to new flight paths and airspeeds. Precision transitions have 4 pitch transition rules, a general pitch transition rule, and 3 basic pitch transition rules. The general pitch transition rule is determine exact pitch attitudes and power settings for all normal flight maneuvers. This demonstration illustrates Rule 3, which is called the changing flight path rule. It states, when changing flight path only, while maintaining the same airspeed, coordinate pitch attitude changes with power changes to maintain a constant airspeed. This demonstration shows how the rule is applied to the transition from one flight path to another while maintaining a constant airspeed. A descent entry is shown first, followed by a level off at a new altitude. Both will first be shown in the data plot view, followed by the same transitions shown in the flight deck view. Initially, we are level at 15,000 feet and 300 knots. Requires a pitch attitude of 0.9 degrees and an EPR setting of 1.11. To enter a descent at the same 300 knots and a vertical speed of 1,000 feet a minute, we will set the pitch attitude to minus 0.6 degrees and the EPR to 1.01 at the same time. Notice that the airspeed remains at 300 knots and the vertical speed stabilizes at 1,000 feet per minute. As we approach our target altitude of 13,000 feet, we will return to the prior pitch attitude and power setting that maintained a level flight at 300 knots, but we will use a slight lead in altitude since during the transition the vertical speed takes time to return to 0 feet per minute. This lead in this example will be 17 feet. Here we see the change in both pitch and power occurring. The airspeed remains at 300 knots and the vertical speed goes to 0 as we reach 13,000 feet. If power is changed without a corresponding pitch change, an unwanted airspeed change will result. To change flight path while maintaining a constant airspeed, coordinate a pitch attitude change with the power change. We will now repeat the prior transitions in the flight deck view. Notice we have just made a change in pitch and power together, and the airspeed remains at 300 knots and the vertical speed has stabilized at 1,000 feet a minute. Notice that at this new pitch and power setting, the airspeed remains at 300 knots and the vertical speed at 1,000 feet a minute. As we approach our target altitude of 13,000 feet, remember that we need a slight lead in the change in pitch and power, since the vertical speed takes time to stabilize at the new value of 0 feet per minute. There is the coordinated change in both pitch and power. The vertical speed stabilizes at 0 as the altitude reaches 13,000 feet.